So I just want to give a bit of a combat breakdown because it seems like a lot of new players have struggled or are struggling with this game. This video won't be meme-filled degeneracy like I'd like to make, but if it helps people enjoy the game more, that's all that really matters. The first thing you want to do as Thor is get knocked right out of the sky. That is part of playing Thor. But after that you want to get up and go straight for the turrets. So I do a second scan to make sure that all the turrets are down. Once all the turrets are down, now it's time to head into combat. For me, the first thing I like to do as Thor is throw down the hammer with the AoE lightning perk. I have a gear ability that allows me to do pen particle damage as the lightning goes on. This helps take down the enemies because they'll become smaller and take more damage from all sources. Now that I'm actually ready to go into combat, I activate my support ability. While Thor has his support ability on, he doesn't take any damage. So because of this, you can just attack as much as you want without much worry. So my build actually relies on a high amount of stun value and using takedowns to generate orbs. Using those orbs, I go back into my support ability. This allows me to ideally stay as invulnerable as long as possible. So because there was a new wave of enemies, I threw down the hammer again to try to get a quick amount of pen particle added up. Now that the aerial enemies have spawned in, those guys now become the top priority for me. After turrets come ranged enemies and the sentry drones. You're going to want to focus those guys down as soon as possible. That way you're not getting hit in the back and your flow isn't getting interrupted.
Neutralized.
And there you go. That was nearly untouched. For the most part, you barely take any damage, but you have to be careful and you have to think about what you're doing. You have to have a build identity. That's not to take away from what other people are experiencing. I know this game is really frustrating at times, especially in the earlier parts of the game. But my main point is that people are too quick to complain about the game when they haven't experienced enough of it, in my opinion. I think a lot of people have a good point where they say, okay, yeah, sure, later on it gets better, but you have to consider what people are going through now. I don't want to play a game and think, oh, it gets better. And that's fair, but in my opinion, I would rather have a more difficult early game and a more rewarding late game. That's just my 2 cents.
sure.